Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? You guys can see the screen? If you're on TikTok, go to full screen. You'll be able to see it a lot easier. But I have been, and I'm going to be, for at least today, for a little while, designing in Bricklink Studio, which I've already gone ahead and done some stuff. Got myself kind of prepped, motivated for the live. The pressure is on. But I did technically steal this technique because it was I just wanted to build something different and unique and see if I could build it into the dimensions that would be necessary for LEGO Fortnite. So I am here to hopefully give you guys some cool designs here. I'm going to figure out how I want to. I'll probably make the corner pieces 4x4. But check it out. Yo, Momstein. Momenstein. Is that a family member of our family, our stream mascot, Brickenstein? Would you change name to Cheeseburger for a Rose? No. No, sorry. All right, so I have this built as a submodel, so it's all by itself. These are still all separate entities. They're like, I don't even know how many bricks are in this one thing. Hundreds. But I want to see. Let's get this one. Hold on. Gotta get the angle just right, otherwise I can't circle it. There. I think. Oh, I got everything separate, but that piece. There we go. Okay.
You have to try the brick editor in Fortnite UEFN. It's the same as this, but within Fortnite.
But there's not that many pieces, right? I want to give it a try, but there's not as many bricks, correct? I'll have to give it a try. The only thing I'm like kind of pushed away by is the fact that I don't think there's like a huge brick variety. But otherwise, yeah, I should probably get good at that just because that's probably what they'll end up using as they expand it for stuff like this that can get put in the game. But I figured I could start here. Yo, Iron Mountain, doing well. Designing some custom stuff here. So if we wanted to like, God dang it, I can't get this. Gotta get it further away from all that so I can get a view from the behind. There we go. Okay. So if we wanted to put a window in the middle, that would be like roughly those bricks that we would take out if we wanted to add like a, I guess we can make it a little taller even because it's a castle window. That seems right. Take those out. And then it's going to be hard to see. That's a great thing about designing in a program like this is like compared to real life, you like if you wanted to make edits like this, you'd have to like break everything apart. You know, all of these parts wouldn't be floating still. All of these edits that I'm making right now would definitely be a lot harder. Yeah, see, that's 20 bricks is like, you can make, like, that lends itself to, you know, what I was just doing in game, which was building with the blocks. So, like, I could absolutely probably expand upon some stuff like that. But I want to design, like, prefab-worthy builds like this, essentially. So now that we got that removed, basically we're just gonna take a couple of parts and you know what I noticed? Because you might like this is not using an illegal technique, but technically these would like fall out if you were to like tilt this forward. However, I did some looking. Let me pull up Fortnite actually. I'll just put it in windowed mode so I can drag it over. But I was looking at some of the roof pieces, and not to say they're impossible or illegal techniques, but the roof pieces, upon further inspection, if you wanted to construct those in real life, most of the roof pieces are actually two separate builds that do not actually interlock in any way. In the game, they float together and are at the perfect height, so that way if you were to build onto them, they were correct. But if you were to build these roof pieces IRL, they're not impossible, but you would have to have extra support coming down from the top of the roof and the bottom, because like the bottom of the roof, it's easier if I show you here. Let me hop into sandbox here. So there's like some rules to be broken when you're designing parts in this game, so I'm gonna keep that in mind when I'm trying to build stuff. Can you design a prototype for movie cameras and director chairs? I mean, I could, but right now I got some other priorities on my hands. But yeah, I guess I have UEFN downloaded. I'll have to see what the because you basically just build assets that can be used in other UEFN maps. Because what I'm hoping is eventually, once they really get a hold of things, is they make it so there's like a UEFN, so you could like download builds for Odyssey for free from the community. Okay, so you see this? Under here, there are no connections. This is resting on top of that, which means from here on to here is one build. And then this is technically just a ridge. Like this 3 by space from here to here and then up to this pink. That is actually just like a, like you can almost imagine it like a, kind of like a one of these. This is it, like there is no, you can see there's no studs, and that's true for a handful. Even on like this, when you look at this, there is no stud connections. There's a whole gap that's floating technically, even around here. And then if you look here, technically the only way these two pieces are attached is the side of that brick is touching like the side of that slope, but obviously there's no stud connection there. So the only thing that would make this possible IRL is if it was supported from right here underneath, which for some reason it's not even letting me put a piece there. Oh, let me put a piece there. So like you would have to have this anchored, and then this would just fold down onto the spot that it needs to. So like it's not that it's impossible IRL, but there are some jumps in physics and logic going on, even in some of the designer created builds. So I'm not extremely worried about friction and floatiness. Let's just go to windowed, because then I could just move it over here. We can make it way smaller.
Did you see Reddit post about getting rid of complexity?
Yeah, I think I saw your... is it like the way to like bypass it essentially? Because I'm sure that'll still cause problems. I'm sure it's really cool, but I'd be careful using that in any world you care about truly, because that just sounds like it's leading to disaster. All right, so the very next thing we need to do is probably just make a simple frame for this. We'll have to decide on color later. But essentially, we're going to need... Oh, wait, I gotta get rid of these too. There. Interesting. So clearly it's possible. All right, so from here, if we want to build a nice frame, all we have to do is replace essentially this piece, and we need 1x1. What are they? I guess I could just look. I can't remember what the exact yeah, they're just modified bricks. We need the one with two, one on the corner and one on the front, and then one with just one on the front. So that way, the one with the one just on the front, let me get adjusted here. This one will end up just going there to replace, and then this one will end up going here. And then I know we need to get rid of these ones. That can stay the same. 1, 2, 3. Oh, perfect. So that means this one. Oh, wait, is that going to be perfect, or am I going to be? I guess I don't have to have that piece there. You're going to see why there's a lot of Lego math involved here. And this is why, if you want custom building like this within Odyssey and individual bricks, so you can design your own stuff, it's not as easy as it looks, I promise. So that there, because then I could slide a tile as much as I needed there. Here, let's just test this. And then we need a 1x6 tile. Like that. And then let's just see if that's also the right height for, not that way. I think I keep going the wrong direction there. I want it this way. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so that's probably perfect. I can scoot it. Because there's no 1x7. There is 1x3s. I could probably make it work. Because the only other thing I would need to add is a 1x6 plate. Like up here to like kind of complete the frame. And then let's take that out. Take that out, copy this, throw that right there. And then there should be, I think there's a 1x3 plate or tile, excuse me. Tile, boom. And then we would just need a 1x4, right? Yeah. So we could do that there, and then, or is it a 1x? Yeah. I think I got the right size. Oh, no, I guess I just won't be able to. Yeah, I would have to have the math a little bit different there to make those work. So I'll just do this one. Does I have collision on? And also, you know what I can do too to probably match? Because I wanted to kind of this whole build to kind of look like broken. So why don't we just try doing that for like the whole thing? I won't be able to fit anything there, but here, let's try this. Favorite Lego Fortnite set? Honestly, the Mecha Team Leader set is sick, but as a Peely Bone fan, got to go with that. Because I'm wondering, I think I can build like a cool, no, because I need those to stay there. I want to see if I can like reuse, oops, some of these pieces like here. And then just continue the, because I can even like turn these into odd directions, and as long as I let's turn collision back off. But like we could definitely make it work, I think. No sound detected. I just don't think, I must not have any regular computer sound going through. No, I don't really like that as much. And you think just put all of these here. Am I lagging? These don't line up like you think they would. You have to have some math involved. That's why I was spacing them out if I wanted to have a whole one going across. Let's see. We could also just have a bit like a technique that kind of just like slides in there. Anybody else do studio designing? Or have done Bricklink studio designing before? You know, it's probably just lagging because I have the game open still. Let's close Fortnite. Because I don't think I need it for a reference right now. Yeah, what's up, Deagle? Just building in Bricklink Studio, which is a LEGO building program. What kind of other, like, 1x6s do I have? Oh, wait. We need to get rid of that. That. Move that up. Copy that. Move that there. Let's see what this archway would look like. I thought I had that lined up right. I don't think that would look good anyway. Because I have like slopes too that we can use. The controls in this you gotta really get used to. Ooh, see, I like that. Ooh, we're cooking. See, it's looking right. Yeah, what's up, Pixel? No, I have not used. I have, as always, I'm just like super delayed. As you can see, I just now signed up, but I'll get it all set up here in the next day or two. All right, so we can just take that away and replace it with another one of those again. Because that's being supported by that, yeah. Because technically, even if I don't need to worry about IRL design, because if I'm like concepting these for the game, then I don't have to follow, like I was just showing you guys, in even in the roof pieces that they have in game that the developers designed. They're not impossible, but they use some floaty kind of techniques that would take other supportive pieces to make it work, but they wouldn't work as they are. Oh, I thought I copied that. That's, dang it. Beep. And then 1x3, and we'll see what kind of 1x3s we got. This is what I love about this. Like, you kind of just, like, once you know what space you need to fill, then you kind of just can type in those dimensions and it'll bring up every piece that is of that dimension in one way or another. Maybe one of these. So it's a 1x4, but they have 2/3, so it's the numbers are all there. Wonder if there's something there. Use some jumpers to off-center something. Or to center something better, even. Let's just go with, I want to look at, see, and that's the other thing. Once you're done looking at size, I'm going to look at slopes, and I want to go to where are the curved slopes? There we go. What about like the reversed? Are they all under this section? Use those in some shape or form. I don't need to use these. I guess I do. I need to have, because they need to come up and over those pieces. I'm pretty much, Pixel, I'm trying to just, not that it's going to go anywhere, but I'm more just practicing my skills in case the opportunities do open themselves up, and whether it's UEFN or real job listings. But I'm trying to make some essentially custom prefab builds for LEGO Fortnite, even though they can't be. It's just me goofing off. But I'm building them exactly like this is a 16 wide wall with the exact height that LEGO Fortnite uses for their standard wall heights. So if I were to put this next to like an in-game designed one, it would be just as wide, just as tall. The only thing is with this fancy technique that I have going on here for the brick wall going on here, it required me being 3 studs deep, which most LEGO Fortnite walls are 2 studs. But I figured as long as the height and the width were there, having 1 stud going out wouldn't really change anything overall than me having to design the corner pieces and some of the other things around being a 3 stud thickness rather than a 2. But it's more just like kind of seeing if I can. Recessed stud. What's the difference?
Be cool if they did a concept challenge and winner got it put into LEGO Fortnite as
I
a
see.
set.
One's a little bit taller than the other. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm kind of trying to push that idea in a sense. Because everybody wants more build kits, and this is kind of like my silent strike way of doing that. Trying to add some texture to the inside part because it's really blocky, which most of the interiors are. Mostly worried about what it looks like from the outside. The center of the ground plate in Bricklink? I don't know. I am fairly versed in Bricklink, but I am not like a mega expert by any means. Guessing that won't fit there. I'm trying to find something that'll like fit the geometry there really nicely, but I'm probably just going to go with like something like this, but I really don't like that exactly. I want to find something a little more curvy.
Thank you for your patronage.
Yo, Brian Blue X, with that sub, 12 months. It's been a year. My dude. Thank you. I wish there was a control. Maybe there is. I wish there was a control where I can rotate it before I drop it. That's not going to work. That's way too big. What about this little guy? What is this? Oh, it's a 1x3. Ah, the geometry's not there. It collides with that. So close. If I could find like something cool like that. Honestly, is it just called an ingot? Yeah. Can we fit? Yeah, let's just go with a couple of these guys. I think that'll be solid. I don't know what to do about the studs there other than leave them. I suppose I could put like more ingots. See if that... I guess that kind of fits the vibe. Like, that's not totally bad. And then now we just got to pick. Do I go with like just gray and do like essentially the contrasting colors to the blue, or do I make them? Because in in LEGO Fortnite we can make them any color we want. So we can make them blue. I mean, this is like sand blue. I don't know. It's hard. It might be hard to tell on your phones, but I'm guessing we should probably do these like. Wonder if like dark gray would look good. No, light gray. I guess the light gray does look good. It just looks like more stone work. And it's just really boring from behind. Which again, a lot of prefab builds generally are, but I like that. I guess I could also do like another, what is it, 1x2 slope. Like one of these guys. Yeah, I kind of like that better. Now I just need to find a better color for it. What do you think should I do the color for essentially these, not that. These pieces. Lion Knights that, like overall, like or do you mean like, oh, do you mean like in the game kit? I would say Lion Knights, what's it called? The farm one. That one's great. So we can use literally any Lego color in existence. What if we contrast it with like something bright? I wonder if like something in the purple department would fit. You know what I mean? Make it look like drapes. Wonder if there's other shades of purple that would just work better. Because I like that. It's not terrible. Felt like a... No, too bright. Sand purple? If we're going with sand colors, I guess it kind of mixes. Dark purple, purple. There's got to be a... olive green. I think it's just the lighting in game. Olive green looks so much better than that IRL. No. Can make it. What about like dark green? No, it's too. I'm not a color martial artist. Red. The dark red. Oh, I bet something brown would probably work. Nougat? Yeah, what's up, Clayton? What would be like a earthy color? Be very light gray. I mean, I could change the colors of the bricks too. I don't have to go with sand blue, but I think the sand blue is really pretty. Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm in a light way pushing for, because I know they have like UEFN, but that only has like 20 bricks. You can't build like you can build some cool stuff, but you can't build like super like meticulously detailed stuff like you can what I'm doing here. Ooh, dark tan doesn't hit terribly. Hey, Pod. What's up? I'm building some stuff. Kind of IRL. This is how I prefer to design stuff anyway. Like I don't mind like when it's after I do this that I build stuff IRL if I'm ever doing anything custom. Hey, Pod, you're probably good with colors. What would be a good color for like these essentially curtains is what I'm going for with the idea here. But I've got sand blue and light gray. Maybe something no, I think blue would just be I think I got to make them just like white or something neutral like that. I just can't think of a good. Like white would be nice. Like it would be bad. Yeah, I was thinking sand. The what was it? The sand red. I mean, it's hard to tell too because I would have to render it real quick, which I can do. How many different? I know there's sand purple. Sand purple doesn't look terrible. What's sand green? See, sand green doesn't even look remotely like what it should. Like I could just keep it with the sand blue and just keep the whole vibe there going. Also, one thing I should probably do, and I probably could, as long as there wasn't, I could move a few of these pieces that are in the way sticking out. And I could definitely extend this piece, because the only thing I don't like is the void there on this part of the frame. But I could kind of avoid that if I let me see if I can even flip that. Oops, wrong way. Oh, see, like that won't get in the way, so I could technically just flip all of these. So that way there's like more of that pattern, but also this actually, it might not get in the way. This one will. But everything else, I think, hold up, wait a minute. Do this, and then I could just basically put another one there. Hold on. Let me get a 2x2 slope. I was kind of hoping for one of these, but sticking out to the other way, because this would be too much of a slope. I'll have to render a couple of them to actually see if they fit nicely, because it's so hard to tell in this part of studio. Just to make sure those are. See that? I got collision on, so it would tell me if something was bumping. And I guess again, I don't have to like follow the rules technically. But this piece would technically right now be floating. But that does fill that void like so much better. I should throw on some music or something. There, just helps me. Oh wait, that one collided with this one. That's why collision's good too. You'll always know where you're off. See, this one, we'll just turn back to sand. We can even flip it around too. Joining here to see better? Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little. I mean, you can go full screen on TikTok as well, but this way definitely works. A little bit better. See, I guess I could just use a 2x2 regular slope, like that has like a more. Actually, what is? No, I've only got like 4 studs of space there, so it'd pretty much have to be a 2x2, which is this one. So I guess that's not terrible. Doesn't like totally kill the vibe. And then I wonder if I can use a 1x2 tile and then just close off that gap completely. So that way there's no studs showing. Or at least as close as we can. Or you know what? I wonder if we can. Here, let's try this 1x2. Play. And then do one of those first. And then see if the math's here. Oh. Hold on. Get on there. Ba-pow! See, it might look better just in the gray. I don't like the way these look going like that so much, but how do you build on water? You need to basically build some sort of supporting stick that connects to the bottom. Or, I mean, I guess now with the coupling and decoupling, you could always there's a few other ways you can do it now. As always. That's weird. I don't remember ever being unemployed. I mean, before I was what? I think I got my first job when I was 17. So it's been like 20 or 16 years since I've been unemployed. And then I was a child. Oops. When did I delete that? Here, let's throw it somewhere else. We'll render it real quick. Right there, render. Give me a, do the photo reel. Hold on. How do I do the, I want to make the lighting different. Background and light. Light, building. I want, what is this? Light mechanic? Light building? Because when I was doing the lighting earlier, or when I was rendering it earlier, they weren't, the lighting was kind of making it look less good. So you can't see the cracks as well from this angle either.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
And that's what it would look like. Roughly. What do you think? My first 16 ball custom design. I feel like I could do something different here. Like, I wonder if I could do, like, plates there instead. Or if that would bump, and then I wonder if I could do some, here, watch. Hello? Give me the piece. Or even from there, I guess I could just start doing the, these pieces and see how that looks. There's like a million different ways you can do this. I wonder if, like, that would be cool. And kind of just rotate these. Because then we can make these blue, and it'll kind of match in with the bottom row of this. Oh, actually, those line up perfectly. Holy God of Lego math by accident. Look at these rows. It's actually, it won't be exactly like it is here, but we can definitely do this. Wonder if that'll fit there. Oh, perfect. I think that's solid. What's up, Zep? I do like that. I wonder if I could like invert. Wonder would it be like inverted if we did like light blue as the all the like just literally inverted the whole thing. Otherwise, I do like that. I think that looks like a cool. Because I'm going for almost like ice castle look with this color theme is like something that would like be built in the Frostlands. All right, so we got our second sub model. Let's get a couple of these copied too. Just throw them over there because I want one as a sub model, and then one not as a sub model. Create. This is 16 by 16 window. There, see, got a couple of sub models here now that are they're like all together. I can't pull any bricks off by accident or like have to. Now I don't have to like circle it perfectly. I could just select it now, so it is its own entity. Type the grid. Hello. And that's what it would look like next to a regular wall. Hey, have a good one, Pod. These are really annoying to place sometimes on top of each other. The controls in this aren't perfect. So there, and then we would want to bring it. That's how I would stack these walls. I just need to come up with 8 wall segments. What you making these for, my guy? Pretty much just for fun. And then I don't know what all these colors are available. All these pieces are available in real colors. But I'm kind of just doing concept designs for fun as encouragement for Epic to put out more build kits in the item shop. If your streamers can get out here and design stuff, so can you guys. No, that's kind of like the joke idea behind it all. At the same time, crisping up my my building skills. See, like I can't always get it to like line up exactly where I want. For some reason, it doesn't want to go that one more space forward without just colliding in. There, I just got to place it and then here. There we go. Now I know it's lined up. I think. Oh, no, it's not even. It's so hard to tell. There, I think I have it now. So that's a window, and then essentially I'd want to make an 8 wide window as well, which should be possible. So let's take that. These are just going to be completed submodels over here. This stuff we can get rid of. Actually, I kind of need one of these as a non-submodel. I guess, can't I just copy another one of those and then make it not a submodel? Release. There we go. See, this game, or not game, but this program, it's got smart stuff, so you can do smart stuff. All right, that's unlinked. That's unlinked. So basically, let's just chop this in half. It's gonna wait, I guess. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's hard to tell where the cutoff is, but it looks like all these are passed for sure. Okay. So that would be 8. And then this would be, oh, yeah, it would be even thinner than that, because like this would end up just becoming a regular 3x3 there at the base, and then we would go up with our regular 3x3 bricks. Okay, so that piece is definitely in the way. We'll be able to tell as we go up what's in the way and what I need to move. But see how like much easier this is to try to like resize something when you're designing something from scratch. This would be a lot more annoying to do IRL. Oops. Get rid of the grid. Is that sticking out? Oh, that one's technically even phasing in, but I know it can fit. If this wasn't digital, there would be a little bit more room. It's really hard to get things to squeeze together perfectly unless there's controls I'm just not aware of. Let's just get rid of that. Yeah, that's not colliding there for some reason, but that's fine because check it out. We just grab all of these in this row and we scoot it over a little bit because it has room anyway, and now we're in business. Boom, got that. And then we want to, this is filled as much as it can be. This needs to scoot over so we can fit another stud on it. So we're going to move that over. These controls are weird now. Let me put it over. I think that gives me room. What grid am I on? I don't have, let's turn snap off. Maybe that's it. Sometimes having snap on. There we go. Boom. Now, do we have, I want snap back on again. Oh, still no room. Oh, wait, I just got to make it a 1x1 tile. Beautiful. Yeah. Frostland's igloo build. I'm gonna go Castle, but I could definitely because igloo would, I guess, be more like rounded when I think of igloo, but I could definitely make like ice bricks. That would be cool. That's actually a super solid idea. I could throw that there. Make it look like there's more bricks from the front. We gotta change. See, these are your makeshift lines here. You change some of the colors and you get more lines in the bricks. There. And honestly, we'll just cover that up, and then do that one. Why not? Okay. Then it looks like this row's got to scoot over. I'll show you what's going on in a second with these two. This is I did not come up with this technique. I saw it on a random like Lego technique post. So basically, let me just pull out one of these or copy one of these sections so you can see what's going on here. These are basically just slopes and plates interlocked. So in real life, these would just sit in there with no friction. And then it's built into essentially these shelves, which are using snot techniques, and then these little bracket pieces, and then these create little mini. Let's see if I can get the angle right. Little mini shelves, where you then put these. So these are just slotted in. It's all. Oh, hold on, TikTok's yelling at me. So you see how that works? And then you just repeat that process like a bunch of times. Luckily, we have copy and paste here. But now we just need a 2x8 plate, or I thought I typed 2x8 plate. That goes there. Gray. Oh, we got one more row to tidy up. Oh. Oh, I have snap turned on again. Wait, why is that still goof? Oh, did I see. We just never selected that one. Perfect. Yup. The only thing I'll do is add another line there. I got too many lines going on here, I think, compared to the other one, but there. Our 3x8 wall. They got an 8 wide version of it. So let's get a non-submodel version and a. Oops, what did I do? Whatever I did, undo it. No. Submodel, create. Oh wait, there's an align button. I need to mess around with that. I didn't even see that. This is technically a 3 by 8 wall. There we go. I'm going to build you guys a whole LEGO Fortnite build kit from scratch, okay? That's what we're doing here today. Essentially is one of my favorite words. And I feel you. Apparently. I'm doing well, Steve. How are you? But now we've got our 2 by 8, our 3 by 8, 3 by 16, and a 3 by 16 window. I also need to make, I think it's going to be end up being like 3 by 2. I'll need to make a skinnier version too for smaller gaps. But I'm still deciding if I want to make the corner piece 3 by 3. I'll probably end up making it 4 by 4, so that way it naturally sticks out as a corner piece on a castle, and it'll give it more depth just by building with it without having to do anything special. I think I don't know what kind of files. They're mostly XML files and stuff that you can pull out of it, which are coded for grabbing what parts you need for it for Bricklink. So I don't know if that would be possible. All right, the next thing I need to do is how many studs wide is the window? Because if that's 8 studs from start to finish, it's really tough to tell. Oh, here, let me grab my other window. Let's just copy that over here. Winnie, relax. I'm lagging. Oh, that'll be perfect. I need to keep this stuff as references. And then I need a copy of you to come over here. And then we go over here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we leave 2 at the top, and then there's only 3 at the bottom. So I believe it's all of these. Because we'll just build the same window into this. Perfect. Now, let's just copy this stuff. Maybe we'll change up the pattern of those or something, but those go right there. And then, how did we? It was just at the top one. We need to take that out, take that out. Then we take... Right? Oh, I'm confusing myself now. No, that should just need one connection going to the left, not the left and the front. So it'll just be one of these guys. Like that. Right? I think I did that right. Because now I should just be able to transfer this whole thing on top of those. Looks like I didn't copy the whole thing. There we go. Beautiful. Well, I guess I could have done that on that one too, right? Oh, I guess no, because there's these beside it and not these. That's why it's different. Because I'm like, here we can actually... Not that it matters here. I could just double this up, but we might as well use the least amount of parts possible. Modified brick, which we want. This one. And then we're going to set it right there. Make it gray. 1 by 1. There. Make it gray. Copy that over there. Where did it go? Oh, way the hell over there. Rotate. Oop. Rotate that around. Throw that there. Copy the 1 by 1. Bam. So there's not as much color there. I guess this window would also be better as a 1 by 12. If anything, I could work it into a 1 by 12, no problem. Three by 8. 3 by 8 window. Yeah, perfect. But that's what I'm hoping is they open up something similar to this for like designing whole kits or like even like maybe builds aside, but let us have like some sort of just like UEFN, but instead of being just for UEFN asset use, they need to have a marketplace for decorations and mini builds that can be put up by creators and players. You know, you don't have to be like necessarily a content creator, but like, you know, use the tool, create a, you know, a bookshelf. Someone was talking about filming chairs and stuff like that. Certain theme where you could have like a whole community shop that could potentially be free, or you know, if they add like a price thing to it, that's just more that Epic will make and then creators will make on top of that. But that I would honestly have rather it be just like a free marketplace for designs, and you could just be like, oh, I want to download this bookshelf, I want to download this desk, and it could just be all, you know, and you're supporting a creator the whole time. I want to do an alternative window build potentially. And then let's turn, I want to get these go, because as you can see, I've got the reason I have this section over here. This is like so these are half walls. 2x2 half wall, 2x4 half wall, 2x6, 2x8, I even did 2x10, 2x12, and 2x16. Because yeah, they should be giving us 2x10s. Why not? And then these are regular walls, 2x2, 2x4, 2x6, by 8, by 10, 12, 16. And then these ones over here, same deal, except for I'm gonna do some other designing with these. So this is gonna be a separate design build from these guys over here. We're going to be using these to make some fun patterns. They're basically just really simple outward facing stud walls. And I saw another really cool technique that I wanted to use, which is basically using tile round. A lot of round tiles. So it was basically, you know, what I should do is put this piece on its back for now. So it'd be easier. But here, I'll show you an example. Yeah, let's put that like that. That way, when we put the pieces on, we don't have to rotate the pieces every time. So it won't look at it. Let's actually change the color of this real quick because we can make it like any fun color we want to. Let's make it, why not, let's go with blues. Let's go with dark blue. And then we'll make these pieces like gold because why not? Chrome gold. So you can make some sort of like NASA type pattern. But let's just start goofing around with, I think they were using the corner tiles, which I don't know if those should be on here. There we go. I think they were using these ones in the technique I saw. And you can basically... Oh, do I not have... I do have snap on. But you can end up making some really fun patterns. You just got to do a lot of repeating stuff like this. It's hard to do these as well because I got to get them rotated like into a predetermined position so they fit, because you could fit pieces on like this. But you see, you can kind of just goof around with different patterns here. You could do a whole wall with like, you know, a streak of these going through, almost looking like a shooting star. Just fun patterns in general. Like the sky's the limit with this. Build whatever pattern you want onto this. All these random rogue pieces. Let's get rid of that because we're not going to use that right now. This is another... I'm going to have corner pieces. Because like this, the reason I have all these is for references. So like just to be sure, to make sure my wall is as tall and as tall and wide as it needs to be, we could just put this right there and we can see that they're the exact same height, exact same width. They're just this one's a little thicker, as you can see, but this is just to keep reference, to make sure at the end I can double check. It's like a little ruler to make sure I designed it so that way it would fit the parameters of what LEGO Fortnite builds with in their game already. All right. Wait, where did that piece come from? Oh, maybe I don't know what I did with, or where that's supposed to go. It's not like it matters. It's probably just extra. Is it from one of these behind it? Oh, it was. I think I can see where it goes. Oh, no, I guess not. I know, there's a little less interesting than my normal bit, but it's been itching at my brain that I've been wanting to try stuff out like this, especially if, you know, if Epic ever opens up some actual like job opportunities in-house as they start to expand. I want to show I want to build like a small portfolio, even if it means nothing for me as a content creator and it doesn't get any views and it doesn't interest you guys. Um, if I can build up like a digital portfolio like this, to be like, if they ever do open up opportunities, I could be like, here's an entire custom build kit I built for you guys with roof pieces, walls, brackets, fence pieces, the whole shebang. And I think that would look really good for me. So let me go get some water because I'm actually out, and then we'll keep it going. I think I'll work the window because I still got to make other sizes of the basics in the windows. I want to make like every version. I want to make all the sizes because if I was designing these, like, and this is what I've been wanting from the devs who designed the build kits is even though you may not use this particular piece in the prefab that you're providing us with, can you please give us some of the other in-between increments of certain pieces? Because like you'll be like, oh well, I have a 16 wide of this, but not an 8 for some reason, or and you know what I mean. Like I wish that they kind of had the forethought to be like, well, let's give them, if we're gonna give them a windowed piece, let's give them the skinniest one, which in this case would be like an 8 wide. Give them a 12 wide, maybe a 10 wide, and a 16 wide of the same window, so that way you can like really mix and match if you want to. That's been my one not huge problem, but I guess small gripe with the build kits is they could be adding more variety, especially in some of the roof lengths, but maybe it's just not workable. Here, give me a minute. I will be right back. I don't have my normal emote, so just look at my Lego setup behind me. I'll be back. I'm right here. I only mute people who are being disruptive. No, this is not Lego Fortnite, but it is essentially in tandem with. But you don't have to stay for anything you don't want to, my friend. Peace. All right, let's grab. Again, let's just grab the regular, the 16, and then we cut it down to 10 or 12, and then we add the window. All right, so start from the bottom because that's what I did the first time and it was pretty easy. Okay, so it's 16, 15, 14, 12. There. We need to take 4 off to make it 12 wide. And then now I could see real good. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yeah, we're good. So just shave all of this off, like up to there, and we'll rebuild. Because this needs to be a wall going up, so all of that needs to go. What am I building? Essentially concept custom prefabs for LEGO Fortnite. Actually, we could probably keep that one. Did I not place that on the same grid? There. All right, we got collisions there, but we can move that over. I mean, I'm going to be moving a ton of these anyway, but might as well get it snug. Wait, snap off. Grid really small. There we go. Now that's not colliding. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. So yeah, if you guys aren't familiar, this is called Bricklink Studio. If you've ever wanted to build like completely custom, literally whatever you want with nothing paid, you don't have to buy anything, you don't have to, like, it's just building, free building. This is Bricklink Studio. It's free to download and I highly recommend it. Uh, 1x4. You can literally, if you know what you're looking like, it's a little, it's a lot to take in at first. But you could search up any part, like right here, just finding this piece that I need. And then we actually need a 2x8. Oops. 2x8 plate. And a 2x4 plate. Oop, wrong color. All right. So there's our 12, although I should scoot everything over that I can here. All right. It's a whole process. I got to select all the pieces on that row. And then we toggle it, turn snap off, have the small grid on. Move that over. Same thing for all the rows. So this is using a fun technique with, you can do this IRL too. It just doesn't have a lot of friction. It's not technically illegal per se, but wait, what did that end up running into? Weird. Do I need to move anything else over? That one probably needs to come over a little bit or I won't be able to fit anything. Same with a lot of these. But the good thing about, or the beneficial thing about Bricklink is it may just all be virtual, but you can actually use this to order any parts you want. All these parts that you're using in the build. How did I flip those around that way? So like when I'm done building this, I can click a button up here and order, assuming I've used all the colors that are existing in real life. You can order all the parts, make a parts list to order all the parts, and then actually build the darn thing. Hello? Yes. Yes. Fit. Fit. There we go. I think that one needs to move over too, but it's not saying it's colliding. So we're good. All right, we got our 12 by wall. And then submodel that. Create 3 by 12 wall. Perfect. Get your butt over there. So cool. Thank you. It's to a lot of people, it's probably pretty boring, but it's just like building in LEGO Fortnite, building with big structures. Like doing this and figuring it out bit by bit is still a really good time. I'll keep this one as a non-submodel. Cool. Okay. Now we just need to take this and windowfy it, which should be pretty easy, I think. I'm gonna move. Yeah, let's move that right there. That'll be easier. So it's 3. And then we leave 2 at the top. So it's this one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Leave 3 at the bottom. Bye. Where you're looking at it from plays a role, because like right now I just want to circle these pieces, but I don't want to circle a bunch of them that are behind it in the area. See those ones, we'll just leave that as is and see if we can copy over our complete window unit into that, which would be this. Oh wait, we gotta first, before we do that, we gotta get this brick replaced, that one replaced with this and that. See, the good thing about once you get one thing done, see how much quicker it is to just kind of repeat for all the other processes. It's kind of like building in LEGO Fortnite. You kind of get the general like pattern, gist, vibe going for your build, and then the rest of it kind of does itself. All right. That might be getting in the way, in which case we can always just flip it. Turn collision off. Rotate it. Collision back on. Yeah, that shouldn't block it now that it's rotated that way. Okay, let's see if it copies right over. Oh, lagging. Wait, did it go anywhere? Oh, I guess I can just paste it again. That's going to be tough, isn't it? Wait, if I grab it from a different spot, does that make it easier? I think it does. Oh, wait, did I do this wrong? Maybe I'll just have to do it piece by piece because it's kind of being weird. Here, we'll just take the bottom half first and then do that. That'll probably be easier. Oops, I don't know why I copied it. Dang, I don't know why I keep copying it. I don't need to. Is this the piece I need? No, that's going the wrong way. I need a... No, where's all the... Yeah, these guys. Cool. That's the 12. Boom. Another one. So create, that's 3 by 12. Window, not widow. Window. Are you leaving? Okay. I love you.
Are you not live?
No, I am live. I'll come see you in a minute. Before she even says it, Dub Zeppelin says hi. Because I know she's typing. She's probably, if she's tuned in, she might be doing some stuff. I know she's got kids and stuff. She can't be like 1,000% watching the streams like she normally does. Alrighty. So we got 8, 12, 16s of window and non-window. Now, any thinner, I could do a 10, but the 10's just going to be, I think, a little bit redundant. But I could do a 10. A 10 could work. It's going to take a little more engineering, I think. But should I don't know, chat. For the sake of covering all our bases, should I make a 10? I want to make a 10 version of the regular wall, but do I do a 10 of the window wall is the question. More options, yes. And then one thing I want to do too because right now is the easy part of just kind of repetition. I want to design a essentially what was meant to be a corner piece. Because right now when you build with these, I need a corner piece to go there. You see, because these are going to be a 3x. I don't think it'll affect being an extra stud out. It's just that I have to design the corners different. So I would also make like a 2x3 piece to fill in small gaps going the other way. But I need to make like, I think if I had a 4x4 going right here, that would really look cool. I don't know how I'll do it, but we'll do it. Also, let me go say goodbye to Heather before she leaves. She wanted to say goodbye. 1 second. Oh, Dempsey, you're looking at Bricklink Studio, which is a custom Lego building program, and I am setting out to design my own custom prefab kit, essentially. So I have. Here's the complete list of stuff. Those are all just duplicates. We got ourselves an 8x. These are technically, instead of by 2, they're by 3 walls. They're a little thicker for the technique that I used. But 3x8, 3x12, 3x16, and then 3x8, 3x12, and 3x16 windowed versions. So here, give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Not even. Sorry, no waiting music. Oops. Nope. Didn't mean to kidnap that. We're going to take that. No, I want it on the grid, please. I thought we were... There we go. If you don't have it on the grid, lining up other pieces becomes really annoying. All right, we're just going to make... Just for now. Okay. So I don't goof anything up and it always goes as one unit. All right, let's design 2x4. We need a 2x4. Well, we need to start I guess we don't need to, but if we want it to line up with the same kind of trim, then I guess we do need a plate. Oh, there should just be a 4x4 plate. Bada bing. Is that what's not lined up on the grid? That should be right on the grid. Why is this not going on the grid? I just needed snap off. It was trying to snap to other pieces. So that would be our base. And then technically it would also be our top, because this is what this is what I love about Bricklink is actually you can kind of float stuff like I'm doing here. It's just hard to get it into place when you're floating it like this. There. But you can build like what you know. Oops. First. Like I know I want the top and the bottom to pretty much be that. And now I need to figure out what I want to do for the rest of it. Because I want to match what I did here. It's just going to be really tough if I want to keep this exact pattern because it uses a very specific technique. I might be able to replicate it, but I don't think so. It would take essentially... Yeah, it would be too much off-grid building. So I'm going to make this, like, different. It's not going to use these small stone pieces. We're probably going to have to use bricks. Or I can use masonries, too. Those bricks look good. Let's see. So where are all these lines going to line up anyway? I could make it bigger too, because to replicate what I did here in a very small corner is going to be tough. Because this build uses jumpers at the bottom to get me man. What's the hotkey for snap? Is there one? I need to learn more hotkeys for this program. It'd be so much easier. Yeah, I think we'd need this to be bigger. Hold on. Because I'd only be able to do it. No, there's a 1x3 jumper, right? I'm gonna get some really fancy techniques going here, but I think it'll work. And then we go... I don't think... No, that's not gonna work. Again, I think I'd have to make this... Is there a 6x6 plate? I think there is. What if we did it on a 6x6? Do I have the capacity then? Because that wouldn't look bad either. Hmm. Oops. Am I at the right height there? No, one less. Cause I can make that work. We're making it work, chat. We're doing this. Let me move this. It's gonna be weird going that way. I'm gonna have to figure something out. Or, I wonder. What if I made that also have one of these? Okay. And then could I do this? I know it's a lot of me just talking to myself here today. This won't be my normal stream and stuff, but oh, okay. So it's got a spot where it fits, which that could work. Because there's a gap there, but I could always do the stones floating. Or no, I don't even need to do them floating. They just need to... There's really no better way I can do that, and I don't want to move those forward. Here, let me try something real quick. Because these work here, right? Like it's doable. I have to pull different segments from different parts and go all the way up to the top. But that's definitely doable. The only problem is... Oops. Like, let's put it up here. Right? Like that one would go there. But this technically is overlapping because this can't go over anymore before this overlaps. So I could see what it looks like. Oops. Again, you don't know if you don't try. Actually, let's spin it the other way. Why is sometimes the directions are so odd. Oh, I see. It's the same way both ways. See, I feel like that looks weird. I guess that is gray, like it's supposed to be. I don't know, what if we did that going all the way across? Because I only have to do one, and then I can just copy and flip it. I think that would be solid if I copied that going all the way down. Don't worry, I won't hold you guys hostage too much longer with all of this. I don't know if I'll do any BR stuff or actual in-game stuff today. I wanted to do some of this, then I'll probably work some off stream and then work on some content. No. I cannot find. There we go. Please just go in the right spot. I don't know if I have the grid. Like sometimes it's the grid being the problem. Sometimes it's the snap option being the problem. I guess I can copy the whole thing. Why not? Take that, that, and that. I guess I can change up the pattern there. I'll do it after. Yeah, I think I definitely would want different patterns coming out there, though. It's going to be that same stud every time. And I can definitely switch it around so it has like some smooth, some studs, some indentations. That would be a lot better. Here, let me actually undo that, and we'll just copy these over, and we'll have to come up with different patterns. I mean, I can copy different segments too. There. And then, so we don't have to switch. I should just be able to. No, if I turn it needs to be mirrored, not just copied. It has to be mirrored. Otherwise, it's not going to work out right. Because this. I was thinking about just copying it and flipping it, but then it would be backwards. It has to be like this. Right? You guys are the pros here. Tell me. No, kidding. Yeah, that's what we want. So we'll just do the same thing there. Actually, hold on. This will give me an easier snap when I go back down. Oh, one more. Cool. There's not much I can do for this part. I could continue a little bit of it, I guess. But then the corner wouldn't line up right. And I think here I'm just going to do something else. So I have to fill in all those little shelves. But it's coming along. Okay, just making sure we had that right. Now we can do the rest of these. See, now these, I guess I could have copied the whole row and then rotated these where I needed them, but. I hope these will look, I got to also test how these will look stacked as well. And then these guys, before I forget, change the color to gray on those. And then I think here we have room to go around the perimeter. I think we can do tiles. What are we thinking so far? Oh, God. Did I crash? I hope not. Oh, God. It's really, really lagging. I am going to save this before it does, just in case. I haven't really built that much, but for some reason it doesn't like me moving this piece at all. Every time I click on it, it gets all slow. Whoa. There we go. There we go. Probably change up some of the colors there, make it more interesting at the base. Because I didn't do blue down there, but I guess that kind of matches a little bit better. Oh, I was gonna build a column going up there actually, so we don't need that. And then I think I might no, since I'm doing a column here, I won't need one behind. Well, I guess because this won't be able to be. This will have to be a corner piece. You won't be able to swivel this like 360. All right, let's do this section. See, this part's going to be tough because I'm going to have to do what I did over here on this wall, which I did copy a lot over and it looks really good, but this one I'm going to have to do more intentional copies. Because this one's going to... No. You'd have to flip this one around and make like a bunch of different ones. Because I don't want to just copy this and throw it in the next shelf or whatever that I have going here. Because then it's just too... I guess what I could do here is keep that, but then just don't do as much of the gray marks. We could just do those like less often. Because there's certain parts where I can maybe make like that one gray or something like that. I think that'll match a little bit better. Because I don't want to have to do different versions of this like every single time. But it will ultimately look better, I think. Because then we'll have a nice line going down there. Oh, that's why it's a little bit higher. I see why it's off. I need to move this, actually. How did we not grab those? There we go. Move that for now. Why did I need to move that? Oh, yeah, because this technically needs to come down. I forgot I had these on, like, the base. I realize now that these need to be down into the base. So I need to do essentially all of this the same. Yeah, because these need to be one space lower. I built them on top of this base plate when really they should just be built on ground level. So, oh yeah, this will be easy. All we'll do is 3x3. We just have to fill in all the space around it with plates, and then that'll be our new base, essentially. I keep lagging. Uh-oh. I thought I saw a screen that said it was crashing or something. I'm like, no. Wonder if I should be using my GPU or CPU for this program because I can't pick. And now we get rid of that, and now that becomes our new base. There we go. Now they're lined up. You see, I didn't have them lined up before. Now, let's honestly, I'll just fill it in with 2x2. bricks. Let's just go with these ones. I'll probably end up using definitely better ones or more detailed stuff, but I just kind of want to fill up the space for now and then get the rest of it figured out. I don't know what color I'm going to do these. I mean, I guess I could try to make them line up with these parts. I probably maybe could and try to get those lines to continue around. I guess we could experiment with that. So otherwise, boom. I just got to fill in all these other. It's going to take me a while, but once we get that filled in, it'll fill in the technique a lot better. The only thing I don't like is that these are showing at all times, which is why I thought I could do a different kind of design so it's a little more smooth looking there, or at least mixed around, but I'll figure it out later. Always to be figured out later. All right, here, let's just take this, move it over so we can reuse it if we want to. 2x2 plate. So if I were to try to match these, I would want this to be gray, but then we would want what, like 2 would be, oh yeah, see, I think this can work, chat. And even check this out, because we can make that the blue. And then to make it look even blockier, so that's blue, and then it'll be topped by like another one of these. And then so yeah, so this is the pattern. So it's that should line up with every one of them. Oh, and see, I can even make them stick out too. Because right now they don't. But I could if they were. If these ones were 6x6s or 3x3s. Or, you know what? The 2x2 modified plate that has studs on half of it, but not the other. Where is it? Oh, it's probably under like modified tiles or something. This one. Oh, wait, no, because then it. Is there is there another version of this? I think this is the only version because that would kind of give me an extra shelf. Because I'd rather these be like smooth sticking out. You see how like that lines up perfectly and it only sticks out a little more and is a little bit thicker. What is this piece called? Studs on edge. Studs on edge. There's a 3x3 version of it, but I don't think any of these are going to help me. Yeah, I would basically need like one of these and a 3x3, which doesn't exist. Because I could have, like, I could do it with studs really easily. Um, but then they would obviously have studs sticking up. Which I don't know. No, I guess. Because wouldn't I just want these sticking out as well, too, then? And then I could just do the same thing going up. Why is it lagging so much? Shouldn't be. Oh, wait. For here, instead of that, now we just need 1x1s. See how much, like, it's so easy to problem solve when you have all the pieces at your disposal and you could just mix and match them. Tile. Because now we could just take tiles, throw them there and there, and then make these ones blue. And I could even make the corner if I... Because that holds that up. Am I able... I guess there I would just do a 4. So I guess I really am just keeping that same technique, but pulling it out like... Oops. Like that? Yeah. So that extends that. And then we just build up like that. But here is where we go with... We're working it all out. I'm figuring it out. Hold on. And then 2x2 tile corner. I don't even know how it's going to look with the final product, but... Well, aren't I just going to need studs on all of them anyway? Because isn't this going to be covered if all of them are moved up one? It means I'm basically just doing this same technique, so I don't even think I need this one or that one. I think I'm just doing the... I think I'm overthinking this now. I think I just need to move this whole technique forward. So it's one of those... So we'll just stack it. Actually, before we do that, let's just move it. So really, we want this whole thing out here anyway. And really, can't I just do this with 6x6s then and get the whole thing across? Because the only thing I would need to do different is go back and do maybe a couple different of the bricks. Like off color or something like that. Yeah, I think I'm definitely overthinking this. So I feel like this is going to end up looking terrible, but who knows? it kind of keeps the pattern going, but not like I'd like it. I don't know. Because it only gives me 2 plates, and I can't do much with that. What am I designing this for? Pretty much for nothing. Like, it's probably, like, nothing's probably going to get done with it. But I'm sure it's going to have some fun. I guess I could have that indented in. I really got to finish out this part of the wall. But I'm pretty much just doing almost like a practice build, if you will. Is the spacing off just there different? I guess I'll just do one at a time. Because, like, this whole thing will depend on how these look. So I can't get some of these into the right spot. Is that colliding? That's not really not colliding. I guess I just have it closer than some of those. Because that means I can... No, I just can't overlap going this way. I guess I could always do something going up this way to fill the gap if I really wanted to. I have a stud here and then here. Yeah, not really. Like I, you know, it's with very high hopes that it gets recognized by Epic in some facet, but otherwise mostly just for fun of the building. Because that gives me a rough look, but I still don't even necessarily love it. It's getting really laggy too. I wonder if I just have too many pieces or something, which I've seen way bigger projects than this on Studio. I wonder if it's just me trying to stream at the same time. That's probably what's killing it. See, I don't know if I love it, but it looks solid. I think I'm overdoing it. I could probably come up with a much simpler design for this corner piece. I'm trying to force this too much. The only thing that looks terrible is just these pieces being all anti-stud out. Again, I have other, like if I took this one, and this one, I think I could make, here, let's try that. See, one side or another, I would have to pretty much shorten this and then take this, flip it. So that way it's like that, essentially. So that then when we put it up on the shelf, then there's no things facing out, which is doable. I think I can manage. It's just that some of these pieces you can see I would have to come up with a different pattern to make all of them fill correctly. But this one works pretty well. See, and I can always now see that I have this alternate one. Now we can copy this one, and it doesn't look as bad if I've got at least. See, I think I only have to come up with like maybe a third alternate. Oops, not that. Because then now we have like tasteful back and forth. And then another thing I can do is take this exact same one. Oop, I don't want to pull it. Man, it's really laggy. Maybe they'll add it to Brick Life. Only one can hope. So let's do this one 1x1 plate. Throw that on there. Turn that blue. See, now we have some that's stud out, not stud out, and flat. And then we should also do one basically again, same exact thing, but we turn that around. Hold on. Like that. So now we have a version that has stud, anti-stud, stud, flat, and and flat, flat. And then we need one that's also anti-stud and flat, right? So we don't have any stud, but we have, I think, all the different combos we would need now. I guess the only other thing would be like stud. Essentially. I guess that's just misaligned. There we go. That's good enough. Stud. And then we would want one that's like anti-stud to anti-stud because we have smooth. Yeah, so then this one would be made into... Oh, wait, that's not going to work. Duh. I won't be able to do that. That's the only variation I really won't be able to do. Okay. But these variations should get us by. I just have to delete all of these now. Because we will not be using these ones anymore. We decided against it. By we, I mean I. Because this I'm still undecided about, but I have to at least go the distance on this technique and see if I can find a way to make it look as smooth as I want to. Cool. There we go. I'd like it if they added it to Odyssey if they're going to add it to anything, but that's all just speculation anyway. Okay, so now check it out. I want to see how the studded ones work because we have this one. And perfect. Yeah, these fit right into this, to the shelves beautifully. Oh, I forgot to keep that. What's going on here? There we go. So I think it'll look much better if there's some variance to these ends here, how it's like going back and forth. So let's go like back to the stud, right? Sticking out this way. And then the other way is going to end up being like the opposite, hopefully, without even having to try. Hold on, we're lagging more. Playing Tetris? I mean, it's like 80% of Lego designing for sure. This one doesn't want to go as far onto the shelf as the other ones did. There we go. Yeah, let's do that, but flip it. So because here I can change, I guess not the middle one. I could change this out for other blocks if I wanted to color it up more, I guess. That might be the smarter deal. I don't know. I like my walls a lot. And this corner piece, I think I'm putting too much thought into. It's probably a good point to call it a night anyway. I am a little burnt out this week. One, from the actual heat in Phoenix, but two, just random life stuff's going. It's just running. Life is lifing. And again, these wouldn't technically be like illegal techniques, but they wouldn't be like your normal ones that you'd see. These are like frictionless techniques that I'm using here. See, I think we can make these all gray, or would that be better as blue? Probably gray, and then do a small amount of blue in the 1x1 spaces. Or just keep it, honestly, the same. Gray would probably look good too. No, blue looks nice. I like the blue. It's just this part I have to add more gray to if I want it to like match up something like this. We kind of do some off colors there. Here. Something like that. What do we think? Have I started a new build for Paradise Palms? No, nothing yet. I still have to like recolor some of this. I just don't know if it's going to pull off the same way. Technically, that could fit. I don't know. What do you guys think of the corner? It's not going to... I just feel like I have to flesh it all out before I can make a final decision. And doing these copies are a little bit tough because they're not exactly perfect. So like if I copy these up and try to place these, it's going to be weird. Or maybe not. Yeah, trying to get those copied up is going to be annoying because they're very, you can see they're very like, again, frictionless builds, and I probably don't even have the spacing right on all those. Even though the game says there's no collisions, I'm guessing there probably still is. But you could still do this in real life. You could definitely build this IRL. It just wouldn't be very connecty, to say the least. Like I had that in there like really nicely a second ago. Oh, it's because it's not rotated very well. I could have done that whole... This whole thing needs to rotate better than this. What the heck? There we go. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to look as clean. I think I have to abandon this whole corner piece and just go with something a little more basic. It's just got too much going on. It just doesn't fit the style. I can probably come up with a better corner piece that'll work there. Or something a little more basic. This doesn't look like LEGO Fortnite. It's because it's not. That or I come up with just a bigger corner piece overall. Like this is 6x6. Maybe it would need 8x8, which I wouldn't mind building like almost an entire tower type of prefab. Yeah, it's Lego, but it's not Lego Fortnite. I'm building essentially concept builds. So struggling, but trying. Let's get rid of all this extra junk. Yeah, I'll keep that over there for reference, but I think we'll wrap it up for tonight. And then if you guys, do you guys like this kind of content? Do you guys like this kind of stuff? Is it insightful? Is it fun? Should I keep it off stream and just work on this and then reveal it sometime? I wanted to try something a little different today. Oops, I accidentally stole pieces. There we go. I fixed it. Oh yeah, the thing just looks doesn't work the same. I mean, I could always try to abandon the all these side ones. Yeah, I need to give my brain a rest. The rest of these. That took a lot of work just to do those. I give props. Like, I'm not saying like they're doing a bad job. We just want more. And they put a lot of work into the prefabs. Like, it's very clear. Like, all the build kits, whether they're paid or battle pass ones, they take a long time to think out and, you know, come up with something unique, interesting. Hopefully, like I have here. Hopefully, this is something nice here. Let's get a render of all these real quick. At least all the pieces that we finished today. The lighting could be better, but that and the cracks here look too dark because of the lighting. You can't really see the color that's in there. It looks good still, but good first try. Good first try. All right, everybody. Who do I have to raid over to? Looks like we're going over to reality. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll play some Fortnite. We'll actually play some Fortnite tomorrow. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got to shake it up every once in a while. If you're enjoying the stream on TikTok, come and join me on Twitch tomorrow. I'll be live. We'll actually be playing LEGO Fortnite, the game, and not designing stuff, which is fun for me, but maybe not so much fun for you guys to watch. Depends on who you are, I guess. Depends on who you are, who you ask, all that kind of stuff. But thank you guys for hanging out. Especially use that, as always. I think it was a fun experiment. For sure. For sure. All I need to do, I think, is... I don't even know. I'll figure out that corner piece. I'm out of here, guys. Have a fantastic night. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Later.